All right, we're all set up, Melissa. Ready when you are.
Okay, I am just letting folks get settled in real quick before we get started. We are right at 10:30. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the ArtsBuild April Community Zoom. ArtsBuild's mission is to build a stronger community through the arts. Since 1969, ArtsBuild has served as a catalyst for the arts in our community, investing more than $77 million in arts organizations, arts programs, and arts education. For the past 54 years, the vision of our founders to build a stronger community through the arts has remained consistent. That vision includes creating access to the arts. We do this through grant making, arts education initiatives, and arts advocacy. Our monthly community Zooms gives us the opportunity to highlight and celebrate arts and culture leaders in our community, as well as current initiatives that are strengthening arts and culture in Hamilton County, Chattanooga, and our region. I am Melissa. I am the manager of community engagement and grants here at ArtsBuild. With me, I have Amy Loudermilk, manager of programs, and our president of ArtsBuild, James McKissick. We welcome you to this community Zoom. We are proud to have three community leaders today: Ricardo Morris, Carmen Davis, and Rodney Van Valkenburg. They each will take time to speak about what's going on in their world, professionally and in the community. I will get us started with a bio for Ricardo, and we're going to open it up for him to speak and share, and then we'll move forward with Carmen. So, as I said, first up, we have Ricardo C. Morris, who is a native of Chattanooga, attended Clifton Hills, Calvin Donaldson, G. Russell Brown, St. Elmo Elementary Schools, Alton Park Junior High, and is a 1980 graduate of the Howard High School. Mr. Morris continued his Tiger education by attending Tennessee State University, where he received his BA in speech communication and theater. After graduation, Ricardo taught theater, English, and dance for 8 years at Hickson High. In 1994, Rick left teaching to attend Yale University, where he earned a Master of Fine Arts in Arts Administration. While attending Yale, Rick founded the Dwight Edgewood Project, which worked with disadvantaged youth through playwriting and production. This program earned him the honor of being the first School of Drama student to become a Yale Presidential Fellow. Rick is currently the theater arts and public speaking teacher at the Howard School. He is also owner and CEO of Renaissance Consulting and Management. Renaissance Consulting and Management is an administration consulting firm committed to the aid in the sustainability of nonprofit organizations, particularly those of the arts. He is also the founder and CEO of Chattanooga Neighborhood Arts Partnership, a 501c3 that he started in 2016. The mission is to utilize the arts to improve the quality of life for all residents of Greater Chattanooga, particularly those living in underserved communities. His strategy is one neighborhood at a time. The organization is best known for his programming, Chattanooga Festival of Black Arts and Ideas, Juneteenth Independence Day. And this is one of the initiatives, major initiatives that we've asked Ricardo here today to speak about and give us opportunities to be a part of these great events happening this summer. I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I thought I sent you a shorter bio, but I guess I did.
I even shortened that. You're very impressive.
Thank you so much for that. I'm going to try and share my screen if that's okay. Let's see. All right. this working here? Let's see. Slideshow from the beginning. All right, as you mentioned before, one of the major initiatives that I have is the Chattanooga Festival of Black Arts and Ideas, Independence Day. And I started the festival with the idea that we really wanted to give our local Black artists platforms to perform and to show people that when we talk about Black arts, we're talking about more than just hip hop and rap. That's definitely a huge part of it, but that we do all of the other arts as well. I kind of wanted to explain the logo here for just a second. This was designed by a local artist, and the idea was if you cover up the torso, all you're left with is kind of an androgynous Black face, and that's what people see when they look at us as a Black community. But if you look deeper and inside, you'll see that all the arts are there, from filmmaking to music to Juneteenth, even has the Walnut Street Bridge as a symbol there. Dance, visual arts, all those are part of who we are as a community. And unless you talk and get to know and find out and understand, and the Black Arts Festival is here to try and do that, you wouldn't understand how we do go across a lot of different genres when it comes to the art. All that's around it is the chaos that prevents us from being our true selves, whether it's racism, whether it's inequities, whether it's poverty, whatever the case might be. These are the things that prevent us from realizing our artistic talents and ability. And the Black Arts Festival was here to actually try and help bridge that gap. One of the way that it's organized is in different festivals. So if you look at our website, you'll see that all of the festivals are the disciplines rather are particular festivals. And this was an idea I had at the very beginning, which would allow us to branch out at different months and have some opportunities in different genres throughout the entire year. For example, we have the August Wilson Playmakers Festival. You'll also notice that we talk a lot and are really excited about the history of Black arts in Chattanooga, but throughout the world. So we're naming these things after historical Black figures in their particular disciplines. So they are changing classes now. So you may get a little extra information and noise there here. So that should be over in just a second. I apologize for that. Then we have the Elizabeth Cutlet Visual Arts Exhibitions, which allows us to do different visual art exhibitions all over. We're really excited about this year's festival because we're bringing Cornisha Whiteside did an exhibition about Black in Appalachia. And we're bringing a portion of that to Stoveworks during this year's festival, as well as bringing the founder of Black in Appalachia organization to come and speak, because you don't really think about Black people being a part of that mountain community. So we really are excited to be bringing that as part of the exhibitions for this coming year. James Baldwin Festival of Words is one of those festivals that is being spun off and will happen in August rather than being part of this June festival. And with the James Baldwin Festival, we're really concentrating on the literary arts. So poetry, spoken word, writers, novelists, whatever the case might be, are part of this particular festival when we happen in August. We have the Catherine Dunham Juba Dance Festival. If you know what the word Juba is, kind of an original dance form that the slaves were doing that they brought over. That kind of mixes, African dance with whatever the dance was of the day in during that period. And then we have the Legacy Music Festival, which is a lot of our activities there. And then finally, very excited about the Oscar Micheaux Black Film Festival. Going to talk just a little bit about some of the things that are coming up this year as part of that festival. So the goal is over the next 3 or 4 years, as part of our strategic plan, we're going to be spinning off these different festivals, like the James Baldwin Festival in August. The August Wilson's Playmaker Festival is going to happen in February of 2024. And we'll see some of the others as they grow, and as we are able to stabilize them a little bit more, we'll have those types of festivals happening throughout the year. So the August Wilson Playmakers Festival, we are so grateful for the partnership that we have with the Chattanooga Theater Center. A few years ago, they decided to do the 10 plays that are part of the August Wilson American Cycle Series coming year. And this June, they'll be doing the piano lesson. And so what we try and do is partner with them with that production. We provide the reception and we bring in a lecture. So the whole thing behind the Black Arts and Ideas Festival is more than just the arts part of it, but there are discussions, there are conversations beyond just the work itself, talking about how the impact might be economically. What do Black playwrights need here in Chattanooga? We try and feature them in a panel discussion. We sometimes will do excerpts from local playwrights' plays, again, at the Chattanooga Theater Center. So we really are grateful and excited to have that partnership with them. We have something called the visual art exhibition. We do a local artist, we kind of feature them, we put their work up, we do an exhibit for them, and we try and help boost their career through that exhibit and through that opportunity to meet and greet with them during the course of the festival. Just please give me a time if I'm too close to it. With the James Baldwin Festival Words, we had a full range of activities this year with Marsha Mills, who is with Rhyme and Chat. She did an incredible job putting all that together. So we felt that it was really ready to be its own festival. And that's why it's coming to us rather than June. It's going to be happening in August. Again, offering opportunities for people to improve themselves with this, like a writer's workshop, but also discussions. I know we had the writers, playwrights, poets, novelists that were part of this. We had a literary lounge that people could come and meet these local writers and poets and performers as part of that festival. Oops. The Legacy Music Festival is what's happening in Miller Park. Last year, we were able to have Ruben Studdard. This year, we're going to have Eric Essex. This will be on that Saturday, the 17th in Miller Park. A really great opportunity for families to come together outside. This event will happen and start at 8 o'clock on that 17th. And Eric Essex, which is a jazz guitarist from Birmingham, will be the featured artist for that particular one. The Oscar Issue Black Film Festival, I have to give some kudos to Carmen for helping put us in touch with the Tivoli Theater. And this year we're going to be presenting the film festival at the Walker Theater. We're working towards a partnership, which is part of that renovation that's happening, to have this Black Film Festival. And I think it's the Stone Theater that they're putting there. But thank you, Carmen, for all of your work on this and for helping us so much with putting us in touch and connecting people. You did a great job with it. I'm excited about the possibilities of this Black Film Festival growing and being a lot more. We have some local filmmakers. We have filmmakers coming from Los Angeles that are going to be presenting, some from Atlanta, some local ones as well, so some shorts that we'll have, and then we'll have some historical films as well as some documentaries that'll be part of this film festival. Some of the special events that we do as part of the Juneteenth Festival is the RBG Ball, which is red, black, and green. Last year was our first year putting this on. We sold out very quickly. King Yada Ashford is the celebrity chef that provides the food for this, for the ball. We also introduce 3 Black princesses last year. The idea for this is that we have these historical Black princesses that existed, one of them of which is still alive. We want to be able to give Black girls an opportunity to see that they are part of a larger historical legacy, and these princesses represent that. They'll be available for parties. They went to the Black History Festival this year and made a huge impact there. So we're really excited. This year we're going to be introducing 3 males as their counterparts that will do kind of the same thing in terms of historical Black kings and queens and princesses right out of Africa. Also part of that is we did the first Black Arts Awards, where we're recognizing only those that are in the arts from filmmaking to music to playwright and dance. We're planning to do that again this year and every year, where we recognize local and regional Black artists and their excellence in terms of their work. Another inaugural thing that we did last year was the Juneteenth Freedom Run and the Miss Oakley Walk. We are doing that again this year. We probably had 100 or more people participate this first year. We're really looking for more to be a part of this as well. It's a great opportunity for everyone to come out and be a part and feel like they helped celebrate Juneteenth with this walk. You see some of the participants that were there last year. We actually started at the Howard School, which was founded in 1865. So it's pretty appropriate that we be there. We're trying to maintain and do some other activities here as well. This year it'll be in the River Park area. Another one of our special events is our Black Dads Matter Father's Day brunch, which will be Miller Plaza Pavilion, Waterhouse Pavilion, and then we always follow that up with a concert. And this year we're using the cast of The Color Purple as our performers as the concert for this event. And then, like I said, last year we did have Ruben Studdard here. We also were part of the presentation for Dr. Carter, who had a street named after him. But this was at UTC in partnership with them to bring that to the campus. Great opportunity to be a part of UTC and for them to be a part of the Juneteenth Festival as well. This ceremony will take place on the 19th at the Walker Theater just before the film festival starts. So that's, let me see if I stop. How do I stop sharing? Hello?
Let me see if I can help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying
I'm
to see.
working on it too.
Sharing, stop sharing.
There we go. You got it.
Awesome.
Hope I didn't take up too much of the time.
No, absolutely not. That was information that was phenomenal. You mentioned The Color Purple. Ricardo directed that performance through the Chattanooga Theater Center. I know I was one of many who were, blown away by that performance. So that's why I'm really, our third speaker is Rodney Van Valkenburg to talk about their upcoming season. And so thank you, Ricardo, for all you do with our community. If you felt open to it, if you could put in your chat an email, that would be good if folks have questions about being a part of what you're doing, to volunteer or support you in your endeavors.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
Of course, thank you. And then, as Ricardo mentioned Carmen several times, we have Carmen Davis here today too. We have a fantastic trio today. So the city of Chattanooga's Division of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy was formed within the last year, with Carmen Davis being appointed the director of this division. Carmen has more than 2 decades of experience in facilitating civic engagement around the arts and entertainment, most recently serving as the program management coordinator with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. For over a decade, Carmen served as curator and program director for the Bessie Smith Cultural Center, where her work helped position the Bessie Smith as a cultural pillar and vital community space for Chattanooga. She also served on the Hamilton County Human Rights Commission under former Chattanooga Mayor Bob Corker, and on the Entertainment and Attractions Committee for Chattanooga Forward under former Chattanooga Mayor Andy Burke. Carmen has co-founded several community-based organizations and projects with a common theme of connection and service within Chattanooga and Hamilton County. She remains active in the community, volunteering her time on multiple boards, including ArtsBuild, with multiple local community organizations throughout the city. Welcome, Carmen. We appreciate it, and I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. It's an honor to be here today to talk to everyone about this newly created office, the Office of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy. Mayor Kelly saw the need for the office, and my office is 7 months old. So my office and position are very young. We're a baby, and we're still working through what that looks like. But as part of Mayor Kelly's One Chattanooga plan is to advance the arts, culture, and creative economy across Chattanooga. And for me, and when I have conversations with him, as well as my office falls under the Department of Parks and Outdoors, when I have conversations with Scott Martin, who is the leader of that department, we look at it as being accessible. Accessibility is being the key to all of that. And when I say that, I mean pretty much probably any way you can think of, whether that be accessibility through breaking socioeconomic barriers, whether it is accessibility to the differently able community and putting the arts in all neighborhoods. Those are the ways that we are looking to make arts and culture accessible to all. Then we're also doing things like partnering with ArtsBuild to bring in a creative economy program that we're really excited about that we plan to announce a little bit later in the year. But we do a lot of this work through partnerships. So as Ricardo mentioned earlier, partnering with him on the Oscar Michelle Film Festival, where we were able to connect him with the Tivoli and work out some things with them, as well as working with organizations like Pop-Up Project to have dance classes within our centers and to make sure they have the proper equipment and all those things that they didn't have access to before. Working with Splash, Charlie Newton and his organization to provide the arts to our seniors at our senior center. So we're slowly making ways, and because one of the easiest ways that we found that we could make the arts accessible throughout the city is through our community centers, because we have 21 centers throughout the city. And so that's one of the ways that we're trying to like easily break that barrier and go in and have the arts more accessible through our community centers throughout the city. So I'm working and I'm partnering with a lot of organizations. I'm still making my way through it all. I've had a lot of conversations over time. As Melissa mentioned, I have 20 plus years of experience. So I do have a lot of great connections already, but I'm still looking to connect with others. But our biggest thing is to make the arts accessible. The way the city had done it in the past was through Public Art Chattanooga, and Public Art Chattanooga does fall under my office. Currently, we do not have a director. The director that was in place when I came into office actually received a great opportunity with the city of Jacksonville. So she's there now. So I'm managing Public Art Chattanooga as well as the Office of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy at the same time. But with Public Art Chattanooga, we're currently trying to get our collection. We have over 160 pieces. 100 of those pieces are outdoor pieces, those murals and statues that you see throughout our parks and throughout the city. Those are part of the Public Art Chattanooga. A lot of those are part of the Public Art Chattanooga collection. And then there are indoor, we have about 60 pieces that are part of our indoor collection that we manage. A lot of those have not had the care and attention that they've needed over time. So one of my first hires was our collection management specialist, Austin Center, who has been a staple in the arts community here in Chattanooga. He has been a great hire, but he's come on board to really get a hold of our public art collection to figure out what maintenance needs there are. And we have 40 pieces that have immediate needs in our outdoor collection that we are trying to tackle right now. And then I've also brought in a contractor to help with some of the projects that were they had kind of slowed down with COVID and some other things. So we're trying to complete 5 public art projects, and I've brought in a contractor to assist with that. The other major way that the city used to invest or show our investment in the arts was through our grant program. ArtsBuild is one of the organizations that is a beneficiary of our financial investment through that grants program. But we're trying to expand the way that we look at arts, culture, and creative economy, because we do understand it's one of the easiest ways for people to learn conflict management, to learn community building, to learn how to engage with others, to learn about others in a way that is not aggressive, oftentimes in a way that is warm and welcoming, but it's also a way to build economic prosperity, which leads into the creative economy work that Mayor Kelly saw that being important. So I'm really excited about what I'm charged to do in this office. Right now, we are a mighty office of 1.5, I like to say, because my collection management specialist is a part-time employee. But we are here with really a great task ahead of us. I have a lot of great support, and I look forward to working with each of you in the near future. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Melissa.
Thank you, Carmen. Between you and Ricardo, I feel like naps are needed all over the place. Y'all are fantastic humans doing great work in Chattanooga and Hamilton County. I have put Carmen's email in the chat if you want to connect with her and set up some time to talk and create partnerships and ideas with her. So thank you, Carmen. We appreciate you. Next up, we have Rodney Van Valkenburg, who is the Executive Director of Chattanooga Theater Center. Rodney started his career at the Little Theater, which is now the Chattanooga Theater Center, in 1983. He served at CTC for more than 18 years as the Director of Programs and Director of Education. Rodney returned to Chattanooga Theater Center in August of 2020 after serving as Vice President of ArtsBuild. Rodney has been a participant in the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts Partners in Education program since 2003 and served on the program's advisory committee. Rodney also served as a grant panelist, has served as a grant panelist for the National Endowment for the Arts, as well as the Tennessee Arts Commission. He also serves as Tennessee State Captain for the Americans for the Arts National Arts Action Summit. We welcome Rodney here today to talk about the momentous season ahead and things that are happening, initiatives happening with CTC. Welcome, Rodney.
Well, thanks. Good to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about our 100th anniversary. And I thought I'd take this time to talk about a little bit of the history of the Chattanooga Theater Center and also to share what's going on with our upcoming season, combine that. So we were incorporated, the Little Theater was incorporated in 1923. The first production was Dear Me, which was actually in April of 1924, and it was held at the Memorial Auditorium, which was just built. And the upstairs theater, which was called the Little Theater. I remember when I moved here in 1983, it was kind of confusing because we had the Little Theater, a building, but also the theater and the memorial upstairs was called the Little Theater. So it confused a lot of people, but it was just the first show that was done at Memorial Auditorium. And then there was a high school production, and they just, like a lot of theaters, looking around for spaces. And then they landed in 1925, 26, and on the 8th Street Fire Hall. There was a fire hall that was not being used anymore on 8th Street, and they were there doing shows until late 50s, 60s. So if you're from Chattanooga, you may be aware that there was a restaurant here on the North Shore called Fenn's Restaurant. Fenn's Restaurant was a family restaurant right here on the river on the North Shore. And back in the day, if you remember the story about Chattanooga, Water Cronkite, most polluted city in the country, in the river. Nobody wanted to be on the river. The North Shore was pretty dangerous. It's kind of scary place. So when you have a dilapidated community area, rundown area, polluted area, what do? You give that area to the arts. And so that's basically what they did. They gave the property to the theater center. And one of the things people may not realize is that we own the property. We go all the way to the river, actually, in the building. So that's thanks to the Fens. I think they sold it to the theater center, Little Theater, for $1 back there. So that's kind of how we ended up here on this property. In 1970, they wanted to have a youth component, so they added onto the building that was known as the Circle. And then we had a renovation in 1996, to have our current facility in there. A little trivia too, if you knew the Little Theater back then, you knew you entered the building on the opposite side. Back in those days, there was no such thing as Coolidge Park. That didn't exist. It was a naval it was a naval reserve that didn't need to be there. Finally, they convinced the Naval Reserve to move to Amnicola. There was a land swap, and then Coolidge Park was created. Fortunately, our architect, Franklin Associates, who did both the 1960 original model and the renovation, fortunately, they were involved with the Coolidge Park and made our entrance facing Coolidge Park. Because I kind of shudder to think that our Coolidge Park could have been our scene shop and the ugly part of our building, but fortunately, it's a good part of our building. So that's kind of a quick, at least, history of our facility. Certainly, we've grown over the years, and I think our new season that's coming up for our 100th season kind of recognizes that the new changes. It was really nice. We had and great. Thank you for sharing our new season. Nice, Melissa, right on cue. Now, I love the season because it really represents who we are. Each of the plays that you see represent a decade of our existence. So it's either written in the decade or set in the decade. And that creates a framework for us to talk about our history and talk about the great volunteers. Like all of our organizations, we would not survive without the great volunteers that we've had throughout history. I mean, we're all blessed to have strong volunteers that kept us going. And the theater center for 100 years, it's hard to believe, had different generations of very strong volunteer support. So we're able to talk about our history through the season of being represent decade. The other thing about this, when we were reviewed at the Tennessee Arts Commission, we had to go through our grant review. And one of the panelists recognized, she said, there are a lot of community theaters that are community with a small C. And she said, you're a community theater with a capital C. And I really appreciated that comment. And that's very true because sometimes we look at ourselves as having a generic audience, or we talk about a singular audience, when the truth is we have audiences. We have lots of audiences because not everybody wants to go to a popular musical. People want to go to a drama. They want to go to youth theater. They want to go to a play that has Black themes and represents different communities. So I think that's what we're trying to do with the season. And you can see that we're starting with Peter Pan in September, a great musical that is intentionally selected because of our great history of youth and adults and performing together. So it's a great celebration of who we are with that. Then you get into dramas like Virginia Woolf. There are two youth shows, actually 3 youth shows I'll go ahead and pull out. Stregonona starts that, and that's the Tommy DePaula story where this conjure woman has this assistant who is a nincompoop and creates a spell on spaghetti and makes it go out of control. And that's that. And then this new play called Dragon Loves Tacos. It's really crazy. It's like a children's TV show where these dragons go crazy. And then finally, we're very excited, Finding Nemo Jr. And that came out, that's just been released in January, I believe. So it's a very new release. So we're glad to be one of the first people to do it. And then part of Christmas is Scrooge. Interesting about Scrooge, historically, we didn't do a lot of musicals until the 1970s. And the Scrooge is a musical of the 70s. It's a great musical, but also celebrates the fact that we started doing musicals in the 70s. Rick talked about 7 Guitars as part of our August Wilson series, excited about that. Then we have a tradition of doing murder mysteries, Agatha Christie. So that's audience favorite of doing the Murder on the Orient Express, bringing in Ain't Misbehavin' in the Circle, actually, which will be a nice kind of speakeasy kind of feel. Then we get back to a drama with Prelude to a Kiss. And then we've end the season with Kaj Fall. If you know that the Kaj is based on the movie, if you've seen the movie Birdcage, that's the musical version that that was there before the movie, actually. And it's a show that we want to do for so long. And again, it's intentional. We are very proud that we've been a safe space for so many people in the community. And if you're not aware, it's, a lot of this play takes place in a nightclub that features drag performers. And we're just it's in this time of upheaval and this terrible discourse that it's a symbol for us to embrace and say we are trying to celebrate the fact that we've been a welcoming place for so many different populations and so many members of our community. So that's a very quick summary of our history and our season next year.
So 100 years of great work.
Yep.
We are very proud to have Chattanooga Theater Center in our community. I know ArtsBuild is very proud to work very closely with Rodney throughout the year as one of our community arts partners. And I know my family enjoys many plays at the theater. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we appreciate the three speakers, Ricardo Morris, Carmen Davis, and Rodney Van Valkenburg. We've put information in the chat where you can connect with them and see where you fit in with what they're doing. I'm going to take opportunity to talk about some ArtsBuild upcoming initiatives and workshops and things of that nature. And then I'll open it up for Amy Loudermilk to convey some things that are happening within her programming. A really exciting grant is live right now. It's called the ArtsBuild Community. It is a grant through the Tennessee Arts Commission. We are the designated agency that supports facilitating that program. So if you're a nonprofit organization hoping to create an arts programming, arts festival, classes, create a community infused mural, this is a grant that you can apply to. It's up to $5,000. I will put links in the chat. Everybody who is registered will get a follow-up email with links to the application. You actually apply through the Tennessee Arts Commission, but we support you through the entire process, including applying, being awarded, and facilitating your project. This year, we are currently in the mix of 14 ArtsBuild's community projects. We're starting to wrap them up, and we expect there to be about 14 awarded in August as well. So that's very exciting. The other thing we have coming up, and I'll ask Amy to put in the chat the link to our upcoming workshop entitled Reframing Disability with the Tennessee Disability Coalition. It's May 19th, 9:30 to 11:30. It is via Zoom to create accessibility for your ability to jump onto that. They're going to help us open up more readily arts and culture for all of Chattanooga, spectrums of ability and things of that nature. And we're really appreciative that they're taking their time as part of our shared services program that we offer quarterly or more workshops for the community to be more involved in the arts and different components. And so those are my two announcements, and I'll hand it over to Amy.
All righty, Melissa, 1 second. Let me get the shared services link in the chat. And just so everybody knows, this is a virtual workshop. We will not meet in person. So I just sent a link to the email that I just sent all of our friends who typically join us for our shared services workshops. So all the links to register are contained within the link that I just sent you all. So thank you for that, Melissa. And we will meet, we'll log in at 9:30, and the program should run for about an hour and a half. So other opportunities also contained in the link that I just dropped in the chat box. We are currently recruiting for our Tech Goes Home for high school artists. So if you know or live with a student who is a rising ninth grader, meaning they will graduate from 8th grade at the end of this academic year. So rising ninth grade through recent high school graduates, we would love to host them here at ArtsBuild with our Tech Goes Home for the Arts instructor, Dominique Whitaker. Many of you know him from Dynamo. He does a fantastic job with the kids, but this is a free opportunity for our young creatives in the community to come together and learn how to safely and professionally promote their work as artists and creatives, as well as opportunities of how to monetize that work. So this is kind of the next step in them becoming the professionals and diversifying the pool of artists and arts professionals in Hamilton County. So we will meet from June 5th through the 9th. So we'll spend 5 days together, 3 hours a day from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. every day. They'll gather at the ArtsBuild, the large conference room here at ArtsBuild. We will have some snacks. So they'll spend 15 hours with us learning from Mr. Whitaker or DJ DeWitt, if you know him in the arts community. And then at the end of the program, they will meet with a panel of professionals in the Hamilton County community who will give them feedback on the websites that they have created. And then at the end of this very free program for our high school students, they will be able to take home the Chromebooks that they have worked with throughout the week. So this is an excellent opportunity for Hamilton County high school students to either start high school, go back to high school at the beginning of next semester or next year, or to graduate and go on to their next steps with a brand new Chromebook and know how to use it, as well as how to access resources for affordable internet. So definitely something that we want to arm our young creatives with as they move on and grow up. And then next, very exciting. So we just graduated our 2022-23 class of homies, which those are our participants in the Holmberg Arts Leadership Institute. I know that there are several homies who have logged in today. And so I'm sure if you wanted to throw up an emoji or something to let us know that you're here. But this is a 9-month program that ArtsBuild offers to professionals in the community to gather and network and learn how to be the best arts advocates that you can be for our local community. So registration will open on Monday and it will run through the beginning of June. That's also contained in the link that I put in the chat. Oh, I see one homie. And so we will start with our welcome reception where the new class will get to meet homies from past years. We're going to gather at the Chattanooga Theater Center, and Rodney and I are going to work on a program for that. So lots of great opportunities. We meet one Thursday evening a month. From 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Typically, sometimes we have to bump that up to 5 o'clock because that's a lot of information and visiting that we have to get in that 3-hour time period. But yeah, if you've got any questions about either one of those or all three of those opportunities, feel free to email me. I will. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Who dropped in my email there. It's easy. It's just amy@artsbuild.com. Would love to talk to you more about that opportunity. And we would love for our mission support grantees to make sure that you're sending a staff member every year, as well as our larger organization. So for the Arts Leadership Institute, just know that this is not for artists and arts organizations exclusively. We like to combine a group who are business professionals, current college students, retirees, all walks of life, all sectors of the Hamilton County community to come together to learn more about the arts. So that was a lot, but thanks, y'all.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. We appreciate those updates. A lot is happening at ArtsBuild. We put our emails in the chat. We have about 15 minutes before the end of this community Zoom. We would like to open it up if there are community events that are happening that you would like to announce. Like Scenic City Shakespeare has an upcoming performance through one of the ArtsBuild's community grants. So we're going to open it up, give you all a few minutes to convey what's happening in your worlds.
Well, I'll just repeat that. Thank you, Melissa. Yes, Scenic City Shakespeare opens 1 week from today at Greenway Farms. We are doing As You Like It this May, Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30, and we'll have food trucks, and it'll be a great time. Bring your own chair.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. I personally want to make sure to make it to that. I'm Elizabeth Hammett, and I'm with EPB. We at EPB have collaborated with ArtsBuild and Carmen Davis and some other of y'all that I see here on a couple of arts projects. One that we have currently going on is our 10th Street mural project. So you may see some fabulous artists who are working on what we're calling the MIMO side of our 10th Street substation. It's the side that faces Dr. King Boulevard, but the view is a little obscured by the storefronts there. But anyway, we're really excited about that. And we're also getting ready to celebrate some student art. This is, I believe, the 6th year of our Art Spark Goes to School program. We've served over 1,000 students with this program at this point, and the art is so impressive. And we've got 10 winners that we'll be celebrating, and we'll be wrapping utility boxes around the service territory. So stay tuned. And we deeply appreciate the partnership with ArtsBuild for helping us choose those boxes, and also with Public Art Chattanooga as they help us choose the boxes, and ArtsBuild helps us choose the art. So we appreciate y'all very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Any other community announcements?
Hi, this is
Yeah.
Rachel, Chattanooga Theater Center. I know you guys just heard from Rodney about our centennial season, but we also are in the middle of our Run of the Cake, which is a really wonderful topical comedy. So we have this weekend and next weekend of performances, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everyone who has seen it so far has said that they thought it was extremely thought-provoking and hilarious. It's written by the writer-producer of This Is Us, if that tells you anything about the story. But feel free to check it out on theatercenter.com. And if you have any questions, you can email either Rodney or me at rachel@theatercenter.com. But it's a great show, and I think everyone would enjoy it.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hi, so my name is Vanessa Brewer. I am the ED for Hunter Memorial Foundation. We are local 501c3 here in Chattanooga, and it is such a pleasure being on this call. I have actually attended the Juneteenth Festival for many years and never had the pleasure of meeting Ricardo in person. So I just wanted to say how much I enjoy that festival. Just really quick, I wanted to talk about some coloring books that we just launched. It's called Change Through Color, and it's not just for the youth. It is for adults and every age group. And the purpose of that, you will find there is a Latino, a Jewish community, the LBGT community. It's different versions, and that is how we get our message of kindness and finding your creativity through Chattanooga. We attend a lot of festivals out here, and we just hand out these coloring books. If you'd like to find out a little bit more, in fact, we'll be on the green on May the 13th with River City issuing out those coloring books. But our website is hmftoday.org. So I would like to share that. And our goal is we are trying, and we will get it done, a community mural is our next big project that we're looking to do.
I did want to share that Public Art Chattanooga, we're having an event on May 25th. It is a Dreamy celebration. It's celebrating the opening of Dreamy, which is interactive seating that's going in Eastlake Park. It'll be from 4:30 to 7 p.m. We'll have free food while supplies last, a performance from Pop-Up Project, games, all kinds of fun things happening to celebrate the unveiling of that interactive seating. It was a community effort, and so we're really excited about it. So I invite everybody to come out and join us.
Hi there, my name is Brittany Hicks. I am an administrative director for the Chattanooga Boys Choir. I just wanted to share we have this concert with the Chattanooga Girls Choir and Youth Symphony Orchestra, and so they're going to be doing the Schubert Mass, and then they'll also each kind of present some of their own pieces. So that's going to be this Sunday, the 30th, at 3 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. What I have put in the chat is a suggestion to sign up for the ArtsBuild newsletter. You can do that through our website. Comes out once a week on Thursday. It lists many of these wonderful events that are happening. It also lists if there are jobs that are related to arts and culture in Chattanooga, and regionally, we list that there, and upcoming grants, upcoming workshops, things of that nature. If you ever want to have an event that is part of our newsletter, just shoot us an email. What to include would be a picture, a write-up, about 3 sentences, and any pertinent links. And then we can get that in. It goes out every Thursday. So before we end, is there some final announcements anyone would like to make? Okay. Well, I think we're good. Well, we appreciate all of you taking time out of your busy schedules to join us with our 3 speakers, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend.